Hi, everyone. It's time for our daily thoughts about love. And so I'm going to start with the quote for today. The quote I picked says, "Love is a springtime plant that perfumes everything with its hope, even the ruins to which it clings." And that is a quote from Gustave Flaubert, a French novelist. I'm not exactly sure if that came from one of his novels or a poem that he wrote, but I thought I really liked that part about that love perfumes everything with its hope. I was thinking a lot about hope today because, as I've talked about on here, I deal with depression sometimes, and it surprises me sometimes when it hits me. I can have some good days, and then, like this morning, I was driving, gonna go to drop Gary off before I went to swim. I turned the corner and I just burst into tears, and I was overwhelmed by things I had to get done and life. And I said, I don't know how I'm going to make it through life. And of course, that's overreacting to the overwhelming feeling that I have. But I just cried a little bit, thought on the way to Brookings, swam, and I felt much better after I went swimming, and just you could calm down and think through what I was, how I was actually feeling. And I know that there is a lot of hope in this world. There's a lot to live for. And so it just surprises me sometimes the way emotions can just overwhelm us, and strong emotions can come up. So if you are someone who deals with that, I just want you to know that that is normal to have the ups and downs. If you have more downs than ups, make sure that you're talking to someone about that, going to your doctor, getting some help for it. Don't struggle for too long if you are in that down spiral. Last night at Fresh Hope, actually, we had a video, and I liked an illustration that Emma McAdam, she does a YouTube channel called Therapy in a Nutshell, and she was talking about how we have to get better at feeling the negative emotions and the unpleasant feelings that come up in our lives. And so she used this illustration. If you can see, I have a piece of paper, and she said that half of the paper is the ability to feel positive feelings. The other half is the ability to feel negative feelings. If you decide that you don't want to deal with the negative feelings, and you just decide to rip that off and throw it away and get rid of it, then you're left with this much capacity to feel positive feelings, which actually turns into half negative, half positive. And if you decide, I don't like those negative feelings, I want to get rid of them, then it's like ripping that off again and throwing away the negatives, and you're left with this much. But now this is your capacity to feel positive and negative feelings. And it goes on and on that way. If you're not willing to go sit with those negative feelings, then it keeps on shrinking and compressing your ability to feel positive emotions. And so we really have to get better at just letting the negative, unpleasant feelings come over us, sit with them, and not try to get rid of them. That will increase our ability to feel all the emotions in life, the good, the bad, the positive, the negative. She explained it much better, but that is just a little illustration of how we can feel, and I think that can bring us hope. Love is another thing that brings us hope. And I'm going to revisit a verse that I did earlier this month, but I think it bears repeating. 1 Corinthians 13:7. I think I did more verses, 4 through 7 or something before. But verse 7 says, it, meaning love always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. And so that's what I want to focus on today. Love always hopes. And then for my little painting today, I just have my camera propped up so I can show you without turning it around. Here is a little paper that I did, and I have darkness all around, but love is in the middle, and it says, love always hopes. So this is the dark times of life. And then if we turn the paper around, here it's more bright and sunny, and love always hopes, with 1 Corinthians 13:7 written up there. And if we are focusing on that part of life, or realizing actually that love is there in the positive times. Love is also there in the negative times, the unpleasant times of our lives. So I hope that that can be helpful. It is a good reminder for me. And I think that's it for today. So I will, I'll try to put the video that Emma McAdam did that little illustration with in the comments. And I'll be back tomorrow with some more thoughts about love. Thanks for watching. Bye.